Beef tallow, traditional fat, but are there any downsides? I'm John, your carnivore teacher, and welcome back to my animal product mini-series. This will be the last one. I'm rounding it up with beef tallow. And for generations, beef tallow was the fat people cooked with every day. They did. Long before seed oils became the norm, tallow was used for frying, roasting, baking, and just about everything else in the kitchen. Then it largely disappeared, only to make a comeback as people began questioning highly processed vegetable oils. But is beef tallow really a healthy fat? Let's take a balanced look at its nutrition, its benefits, and the potential downsides so you can make an informed decision. Beef tallow is simply rendered beef fat, usually taken from the fat surrounding the kidneys and other areas of the cow. Once it's slowly heated and purified, you're left with a stable cooking fat that's been prized for centuries. One of tallow's greatest advantages is its stability. Unlike many polyunsaturated seed oils, beef tallow contains relatively low amounts of polyunsaturated fat and much higher amounts of saturated and monounsaturated fats. That makes it far more resistant to oxidation when heated. In other words, it's less likely to break down and form harmful oxidation products during high temperature cooking. Nutritionally, beef tallow is almost entirely fat, so you won't find protein or minerals in meaningful amounts. However, it does provide fat-soluble vitamins, particularly vitamin E and smaller amounts of vitamins D and K, depending on the animal's diet. Grass-fed cattle may produce tallow with slightly higher levels of vitamin K2 and conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA, although the amounts are modest. Much of the fat in beef tallow is oleic acid, the same heart-healthy monounsaturated fat that makes olive oil famous. It also contains saturated fats such as stearic acid and palmitic acid. Now, interestingly, stearic acid behaves differently from many other saturated fats and has been shown in numerous studies to have little or no effect on LDL cholesterol in most people. Interesting. Tallow is also an excellent source of energy. Fat provides more than twice the calories per gram as protein or carbohydrate and helps support hormone production, healthy cell membranes, nutrient absorption, and long-lasting satiety. Now, let's talk about the possible downsides. First, because beef tallow is pure fat, it's very calorie dense. Just 1 tablespoon contains roughly 115 calories. If someone is eating more energy than they're burning, those calories can add up quickly. Second, while many people thrive on diets rich in animal fats, others experience significant increases in LDL cholesterol when consuming large amounts of saturated fat. Whether that's harmful remains a topic of ongoing scientific debate, but it's something individuals should monitor with their healthcare provider, especially if they have concerns about cardiovascular risk. And as I've stated in my other videos, you need to look at HDL, you need to look at triglycerides, you need to look at height to waist ratio. There are so many other variables other than just the LDL marker. Now, another consideration is quality. Tallow from grass-fed cattle may contain a somewhat more favorable fatty acid profile than tallow from conventionally raised cattle, although both are generally far less processed than industrial seed oils. Choosing minimally processed high-quality tallow is always a good idea. Finally, moderation still matters. Even healthy foods don't need to be consumed in unlimited quantities. Many people find that using tallow as a cooking fat rather than pouring excessive amounts over every meal provides all the flavor and the benefits they need. So, what's the bottom line? Beef tallow is a traditional minimally processed cooking fat that's remarkably stable under heat. It provides a rich source of energy, contains mostly saturated and monounsaturated fats, and supplies small amounts of fat-soluble vitamins. It's an excellent alternative to highly refined industrial seed oils. At the same time, it's a concentrated source of calories. Individual responses to saturated fat can vary, and choosing high-quality tallow is important. As with every food in this series, the goal isn't to tell you what to eat. It's to give you informed consent so you can make the best decision for your own health. Now, what I do is I render my own beef tallow from the fat from picanha, from the fat from my steaks. I capture all the fat that I'm not using, and I put it in a glass jar, and it ends up in my refrigerator. It solidifies. I use that tallow. It's wonderful, it's fresh, it's flavorful, it's just amazing. When I buy tallow at the store, and there are times that I buy it, I do something that some people think I shouldn't do, is I break the seal. In the store, I break the seal, I open it up so that I can smell it. If it has any odor at all, like turpentine or paint thinner, that means that the mono or polyunsaturated parts of that fat, remember it's mostly saturated, but there are other parts to the fat. The mono and mostly polyunsaturated parts went bad. I don't want to cook with it. I don't want to use it. Now, I don't put it back on the shelf. I take it up to the manager and say, I open this up and it smells bad and it needs to be thrown out. That's the only way to find out if you're getting the good oil, is smell it. Trust your sense of smell. Anything that has gone foul or rancid, your sense of smell will detect it. I also rub beef tallow on my head and in my beard and on my arms. It's wonderful. I buy beef tallow soap. I don't make it, but other people make it for me. I buy it on eBay. Beef tallow is very versatile. I highly recommend beef tallow, but as I mentioned in this video, and I don't like the word moderation when it comes to most foods, but we should never overdo the butter and overdo the tallow. All right, more is not always better. Just enough is good for our nutrition. I hope you found this helpful about beef tallow. It's the last one in the series. I hope you enjoyed the series and got a lot out of it. If you did, give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel. I invite you. Click the bell icon. And if you leave me a question about beef tallow or any of the animal products in this series, I will write you back. And please share this video. Thanks for watching my mini-series, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you tomorrow in my next video. Take care.